If you're a Connecticut real estate agent thinking about switching brokerages or teams, or you're a brand new agent, who's just looking to get started, not sure where to go, then this is what you need to know. We're going to take a look at some of the top options here in the state of Connecticut, some pros and cons, so that you can match what your career goals are in real estate to the brokerage and or team that is going to put you in the best position to actually go ahead and hit those goals. So if you have any questions as you watch this video, don't be shy. I get calls, texts, emails all the time from people watching my videos who have questions. I'm always happy to dive in and talk a little further. So let's get started. This day and age, the possibilities are endless. As a real estate agent, you're bombarded with recruiting calls and pitches and emails, and it can be overwhelming. Everybody sounds great on paper, but diving into the nitty gritty and what you actually get at these different places can really vary from place to place. So I wrote down a few of the different top options that most agents are choosing right now. So let's get into it. The first one I wrote down are the brand-driven brokerages. Your Compass, your Caldwell Banker, your Sotheby's. They're more higher end. That's their selling point, is they say they get more luxury clients, more luxury driven. Those brands can be well known in the luxury market to those sellers. So that is their main pro, their main benefit. Some of the complaints of these brokerages are their splits tend to be higher, and they don't always have the personal coaching support, back-end systems to help agents scale, right? So if you really want to dive into that high-end market, it's all you want to do, and you're not looking to necessarily scale high-end, you're looking to maybe do a few a year, you're gonna get your name out there, and it's gonna be a chance for you to kind of leverage that to your advantage. That would be the main pro to those brokerages. Second thing I wrote down, these are pretty popular, the cloud-based brokerages, your EXPs or your Reals. These brokerages tend to have better splits, which is always attractive to agents since the beginning of time. They tend to cap, so that's very appealing. They also offer some rev share depending as well that is attractive to agents, so you can actually grow outside of your sales. Some of the negatives to these, they don't have a lot of brick and mortars, and they're not as well known to the general public. Now, most real estate agents know very rarely are you meeting in the office. However, if you want to list property at a high level and really learn that skill set, sellers want to know you have some type of presence in their town, in their neighborhood. So that is definitely one of the negatives. They're more cloud-based. They don't have brick and mortar. And then also, again, they're not as well known in the general public. The agent community certainly knows who they are, but the general public doesn't quite have that trusted brand that some of these more established brands do have. And here is honestly, I think, one of the big considerations for people picking a brokerage like this. Do you want to be a jack of all trades, master of nothing, just average? Or do you want to specialize in something and really grow it and become a master at it and the best in your craft at it? Because, if you're going to go and try to recruit agents and you're going to try to list property and help buyers and do rentals and do commercial, agents that try to do it all usually tend to get very little traction. If you're a more established agent and you want to, say, grow a team and put all of your energy into that, certainly there's some pros to that model. But if you're an agent looking to develop your skill set and be coached and trained by a mentor, or find systems for a solo agent looking to grow and scale, this platform isn't necessarily as aligned as some of the others. The third option is your more traditional brokerages, your traditional high-performing, Remax, Berkshire Hathaway, Century 21. These brokerages have stood the test of time, right? The magic pill, the quick fixes, they've seen it all, and they've been there. Their brand recognition is very strong across all markets for a very, very long time. So that is one of their strengths. They tend to be more in the middle, in terms of commission splits, a little higher than the high end ones we've talked about, and then a little lower than, say, those cloud-based brokerages, because there's a lot more brick and mortars here. For example, my team here at Century 21 All Points, we have 2 brick and mortars here in West Hartford, Connecticut, but then the brokerage that we work for, they have 11 across the state. They have some in Florida. So those brick and mortar locations actually allow you to scale with presence, especially on the listing side of your business. Now, here's what I'll say to be careful of with these traditional based brokerages. You're going to be a product of your sales manager, your team leader, your broker, right? Ask questions when you go to really any of these spots. When they say we have support, okay, what is the support? What's the person's name that will be supporting me? Can I talk to that person? Who will be my main contact? Who will be my coach? Who will be my mentor? What does that look like? What's the plan? How often do we meet? Can I see the format, right? Because everyone's going to say they have support, they have systems, but let's see it before you go ahead and commit your time and your career to one of these brokerages. So on our team, for example, we have 3 weeks of onboard training. Everyone is very specific where an agent's going to get in there and actually grow their business while they're doing the training. So you're not just sitting there watching videos. You're actually given a task to take action steps. It's going to build your pipeline and grow your business as you're getting into it. The agents who've come onto our team and have participated in this training have taken 2-3 listings, 2-3 sales. When people come in, they're really building their pipeline and diving right in. So that is one thing we offer, because we want to be able to show agents what we provide when they get in. In terms of coaching, I use an exact system that I teach that I've done personally, for the past 11 years to list 50 to 70 properties a year. And that same system is what we teach our agents, right? Now, if you have a sales manager, who's only sold 10, 12 homes a year, and that's the system they're teaching you, then those are the results that you're going to get. So, not telling you which way to go. Obviously, you want to find something that's aligned, but what I am suggesting is you ask questions and you try to talk to the people that you're going to be working with once you join a team or a brokerage, whether you're just starting or you're transferring from another brokerage. So here's what I can say from my experience. If your plan is, hey, you just want to do 1-2 deals a year, you're just going to work with a friend here or there, go to one of those high split brokerages, right? I mean, it really doesn't matter. You're not trying to grow your business. You're just trying to help a friend here or there, okay? If you only want to do, say, luxury and you're in a super high-end town and there's one of those big luxury brands there that are established and you don't have anything personally that you can bring to the table, well, you're going to get put into a good environment there. However, I will say you might want to add some coaching or something to it, because if you don't build your own skill set as an agent and you don't learn how to generate leads on your own, then you're going to be stuck. You're not going to have flexibility in your business. You're going to be reliant on whatever that lead source is, whether it's an internet lead, whether it's a high-end brokerage. You want to learn to develop your skill set if you want to be in this game for the long haul. So if that is your goal, if you want to grow your business year after year, eventually scale it and create more freedom and time, go to a place with coaching and a proven system. Someone who's actually done it. Ask a lot of questions. Ask for samples. Try to see results. Don't just go off of something that's being said on a sales pitch or in a coffee meeting. Really dive into those numbers to make sure you have a good fit. Don't rush it, because once you're somewhere, it becomes a little bit harder to move. You have listings, you have business, it becomes a timing issue to switch. So if you want to dive into any of this based on your specific situation and kind of weigh out the pros and cons, again, don't be shy. I'm here. Shoot me a text or call or email. I'm always happy to help. If you're interested in the free agent guide we have here that kind of helps agents break down their choices personally, drop a comment below. I'll send you the free agent guide that will help you kind of sift through all this, kind of make sense of it. And I hope this video helps.